I've had MS for 12 years, and during that time, I think my memory has gotten worse, I think. I am a little older. I'm 44 now. So age might be a little bit of it, but I think for the most part, well, I wouldn't say the most part, but for some of it, I think MS is impacting my memory. I'm still able to work in my corporate job that I've been doing for 25 years now. I can still sit at my desk and work correctly and everything, but I've realized that I really cannot trust my memory anymore. What happens is that I'll be in the hallway walking to my desk and somebody stops me in the hallway and they tell me to do something or add something to my list, as I call it. It's in my memory, right? But there is no chance I'm going to remember it by the time I get back to my desk. So I've pretty much trained people that if they're going to stop me in the middle of the hallway and ask me to do something, they have to see me write it down or else I will not remember it. The good thing is that luckily I'm 100%. Like I always have my iPhone in my pocket. So if somebody does tell me to do something at the last minute or like in the kitchen at work or something, at least I can write it down so that I truly will remember it and who told me. Because there is almost a zero chance that I will remember what they said by the time I get back. I use my notes app a lot too for phone calls. If I have a phone call that I really need to remember it, especially because we're having, let's say, this week we're having a call about a topic. Well, if we're going to act on that topic next week, or maybe the action for that call won't even need to be done until next week, I'm not going to remember the call. I'm not. So I have to take notes. I have to take extensive notes. The good thing is that I'm in Texas and I can't remember what it's called, but it's as long as one person on the phone call knows that you're recording the call, then you're okay. Obviously, that's assuming the person that you're talking to is in Texas also. Because if they're outside of Texas, you can't do it that way. Everybody has to know. But in Texas, as long as one person knows, you can record. So I will record. I'll put the phone on speakerphone and I'll record it on my Apple Watch. I've done that a lot. I've done that a lot because of the fact I know the little detail that is talked about on that call, I will not remember it. And I have no problem recording because it's a business call. It's not like it's a personal, I'm not trying to get people in trouble. I'm never going to replay it for anybody else. This is for my own personal reference because it's like my second brain, right? I will say that if I am on a call with somebody, let's say in California, I will definitely ask the everybody on that call if I can record, assuming it's an important topic that I know I need to record. And I'll ask them. It's very uncommon for somebody to say, no, I'd prefer if you don't. And I'm okay with that too, right? I'll just take really detailed notes. The hard part about taking detailed notes when you're on the call is that you can't really focus on the call. You are so focused on taking notes that you're not really focused on the call. The good thing about the recordings is that I have it on my phone only. It's on my iCloud. I don't put it anywhere else. Nobody else can see it unless they have a passcode to my phone, which I don't share that with anybody. So the good thing is that if I know that we're going to have a meeting, let's say it's Tuesday morning, and we're going to have a meeting about that topic that we covered last week, I will go listen to the recording again. I usually get up at 5:30 in the morning every morning. So I usually have about 2 hours before I start my day to read. I can do anything I want to do. And now one of those things is to review recordings for meetings I'm going to have that day. So I'm prepared. I have to remember all of those details that we covered last week so that the meeting today, I am prepared. The other way that I use the Notes app is just casually. Let's say you and I are having lunch and I just met you. Let's say I just met you, I just learned your name. I will sometimes write your name down in my notes app just because I don't want to get to the end of the conversation and I don't even remember your name. That happens so much with me. I think even before MS, I wasn't good at remembering names. I think a lot of people are like that. But with me, it's like I think it's almost rude where you know their name at the beginning is Jake. Well, let's say at the end of the after 30 minutes or an hour of talking, you're like, man, like, what's that guy's name again? I hate to be like that. So I like to write down Jake. I had lunch with them at this restaurant, et cetera, et cetera. And just little notes. And sometimes when you're talking, I might even say, just keep on going, et cetera. And I'm just going to keep on, and I just listen and write notes. And I don't write detailed notes, but just things like the name so that if I ever have lunch with you, let's say in 2 months after that lunch, I at least remember your name and where we ate. And maybe I learned what your wife's name is, things like that. Because there's nothing worse than totally being clueless about the person that you're going to see again. I'm a tech guy, so it's like, for me, it's like a second brain, or you could even say like a database where I can always access information. And with it being in my phone, it's always on me, always.